treat taking place right here, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen him in Twilight and as Vecna from Stranger Things. Let's hear it for Jamie Campbell! Let's go. Let's check it again.
Thank you so much. Hello, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Oh man, please have a seat,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.
All right, do you remember your Bahraini name?
Josim?
Josim!
Woo!
Oh man.
I may be old, but I still have a memory. All
Let's
right.
go. Jamie Johnson, JJ, right here in Bahrain. So, second day. I just heard you had an experience today, like you went for karting or maybe off-road.
I did both.
Oh man, okay.
I've done both today. Yeah.
Which one you like the most?
Well, can I like massage my ego a little?
Sure, go for it.
I won karting out of all of us.
Go. What was your timing? Do you remember?
My fastest lap was 1:17.
1:7, dude, that is actually fast.
Yeah, something like that. Is that right? I feel like that was right. 1:17, something like that.
Man, that's difficult. Well, me, 2 minutes anyways. Wow, man, wow. So second day in Bahrain, it's been awesome, it's been great. And it's just the fact is that you came across the world and you had people here recognizing you for your amazing talents. So how does that feel?
I'm so grateful. It's always a shock. I mean, I feel like I see the world as like a big school, you know? It's like, as I've grown older, that's kind of how I've started to see the world. And for something like Stranger Things, it feels like we do this like big school play and everybody at school comes to see it. But I'm still shocked at how much love I seem to receive. And it's so, I think it's so moving that the show, people relate to the characters in the show and they see themselves in the show. And that is ultimately the most important thing, I think, with stories, when we can see parts of ourselves reflected in the characters.
Appreciate that. I mean, when it comes to Vecna from Stranger Things, what part of you do you think got reflected there?
How deep do you want to go? Oh my gosh. I mean, I'd like to say none.
Okay.
But I think, you know, I think we all have the capacity for, this is hard, this is difficult to say. Resentment, right? I'm on a spiritual path and a spiritual journey of my life, and something like resentment is really sickening to me. It keeps me sick. It doesn't help me get close to anything spiritual at all. And I felt like with Vecna, all that was left with him was just this burning resentment. And ultimately what happens, I think, in my experience of resentment, is it like eats us from the sort of inside out. And that's kind of what I saw with him. He became so hyper-focused on this idea of his own damage and everyone else is causing him this like immense amount of pain. And that's a really sick place to be. It's a really tough place to be. So it's not where I am today, but you know, I definitely can understand that in a way. And I think with Henry and with Juan as well, it was always that idea that like he was the outsider, you know. And if anybody's been fortunate enough to see the play that's on in London at the moment, a lot of it is about, you know, Henry's backstory and particularly his relationship with his parents and how they treated him growing up, and sort of ostracized him from the family and isolated him, and that, you know, ultimately created this very damaged young boy. And I really sort of focused on that part of the character for season 4 when I was playing it, for sure.
Oh wow, man, that is a lot going on, huh?
There's a lot going on. It's not just turn up, put the makeup on, and
wow.
yeah. I like to. I really like to take care of my art now, and you know, when I can, really take care of it and dive into what I'm doing.
Appreciate you for that. If you can, like, in few words, like express yourself in the sense, like, how do you feel? What's the difference between you starting or when you started off with that character and now?
It's funny, when I started playing Henry and Vecna, I'd just gone through another sort of very deeply spiritual journey, and I went into it with a lot of love in my heart, and by the end of it I felt so crypt. I felt so dark, and I think that was part of how I felt after finishing season 5 as well. You know? it took, you know, it takes time to kind of get out of that mode, and it takes a reframing of your world around you. And I think the other thing you have to remember as well is it's like, you know, whilst season 4 was what, 3 years ago now, 4 years ago, something like that. Season 5 is coming, I promise you. But like, I've been thinking about that and living in that character for quite some time. You know, it's not just a case of like season 4 ended and I was like, all right, I'll go off and live my life. It's like I knew I was going to be coming back, so it's like constantly thinking about the character and putting myself in that shoe, in those shoes, and now I don't have to do that anymore. Like, I'm free. I feel a sense of freedom. And somebody took a picture of me on my last day of season 5, and I just look like a man that's just shed a bunch of weight. Like, I'm just like beat. I'm done. So yeah, where I'm at now is like, I don't know. I just feel a lot more kind of peaceful.
All right, beautiful. Thank you so much for being open about telling us about your experience. I really much appreciate it.
Of course, man. It's only the truth.
Appreciate you for that. And now let's see what the beautiful people of Bahrain have to ask you about your experience. So we're gonna start over here. Yes, ma'am.
Hey Jimmy, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
So I have a question about the music. So music is a big part of your life. Do you ever create or choose a specific track to help you get into character, especially for Dracula and
Yeah, I use a lot of music to get into character for Vecna. There's a band called Knocked Loose that released a record last year. It's called You Won't Go Before You're Supposed To, and it's really heavy. I use that. I use a band called Sono a lot as well. Sono is like very like drone metal. I use a lot of that kind of stuff too. But yeah, music really, really helps me. It kind of calms me down a bit sometimes as well. Like, it helps me get into a good level space, and then I can draw up whatever I need to from that kind of area.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you.
Oh, wow. All right. Next question? Yes.
Hi Jamie, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. A lot of people here know you from Stranger Things and Twilight, but to me you're Grindelwald from Harry Potter. I'm a huge Potterhead. So you've been in these huge franchises. If you could sort of get your foot in the door of another big franchise that you're a part of, the series, movies, or maybe even video games, what do you think you'd like to do?
Oh, well, that smile. Okay. That smile says a lot.
Can I say no? Next question.
All right. Next question. All right. Well, let's go with Ilyas. Come on.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
So, how was your experience? Did you breathe in Vecna's costume?
Could I breathe in Vecna's costume?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I could breathe, but I had no control over my own temperature. I've heard that the summers here can be very hot and humid.
Pretty much, yeah.
Living in the costume of Vecna, I imagine is probably quite a lot like what summers here are like. I would get very wet, which was not particularly attractive or sexy. Yeah, it was a lot, but it was great. It was great. I had to watch my caffeine intake as well. That was for me difficult. So yes. Hello.
Does Vecna die in season 5?
I'm going to tell you something that I said yesterday. If I start answering questions about season 5, what you'll see is a little red dot. It'll be a laser. And someone from Netflix over there will be pointing quite a high power firearm at me. So I'm saying nothing. I'm saying nothing.
Okay. That should answer the question. Next question. Let's go.
Hi.
Hello, nice to see you again. Oh, it's all your friends. Hello, friends.
My question is, what is your favorite memory behind the scenes while filming Stranger Things, and where are you closest to them?
I'm probably closest to Millie. And my favorite memory. Gosh, I have so many. How much of a fan of the show are you? Are you like a mega fan? Like, you've seen some of the like BTS pictures and stuff like that maybe? There's a picture of me and Millie after we finished shooting season 4, episode 7, and we're just having a cuddle, we're just having a hug. And that's one of my favorite, I'm going to get really emotional talking about it, Alisha. That's one of my favorite memories just because I love that kid so much. And we worked really hard on that, and she's just the best, and I love her to bits. So, yeah. I love all of them, though. I love all of them. But Mills and I connected first. We connected first.
Well,
Thank you.
another question over here.
Hi again.
Nice to see you again.
What's a book or a movie that changed you?
A book or a movie that changed my life. I fell in love with like Jack Kerouac when I was about 15. I was reading sort of Salinger as well at the time, and I fell in love with like Bob Dylan as well. And I think I can't remember what the documentary is called that Martin Scorsese did. Is it No Direction Home, or is that the Timothy Chalamet movie? I can't remember. Yeah, probably something like On the Road. Like really did change my life because it very much built this idea of kind of, I think, this idea of like traveling across America in like the dust cart or like, you know, like in a car. And I just became fascinated by the idea of being this sort of like traveling Wolverine. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. The other side, right?
Hello, there you are, sorry.
Hey, we're all over that place. Another question.
Hi again.
Hey bud, nice to see you again.
So I would like to ask you, what's something you could tell us to prepare ourselves for season 5? It doesn't have to be a spoiler.
I don't know if I can prepare you for season 5. I don't know if I can prepare you for the scale of what it is that you're about to see. I mean, it's ginormous. Like, it really, really is ginormous. You know, if you thought season 4 was big, season 5 is bigger, it's badder, it's more expensive. It's a lot, you know, it's a lot. As a fan of the show myself, you know, removing the fact that I'm in the show, season 5 is a beautiful, it's a beautiful story. It really, really is. So I think you'll be pleasantly pleased. I hope. Thank you.
I'm sure we will. Well, Bahrain, thank you so much. And now we're gonna have a selfie with you all. You ready for that?
I am so ready for
All
that.
right, let's go.
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the amazing Jamie, but the best part is the people of Bahrain! Let's go. Well, one more time here for Jamie Campbell, everybody!
Thank you all so much for being so kind to me and to the rest of the guests this weekend. We've had an amazing time. It's been a pleasure for us to be here. Thank you. It means a lot to us all. So take care. Enjoy the rest of your day here, and we'll see you soon, I hope.
Yes, definitely. One more time here for Jamie, everybody!